All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I don't have a spicy hot intro for the Simply CyberCon updates, but we're going to be doing it today. Today is the Simply CyberCon 2024 hype update phase one. We're going to be doing this. The Simply CyberCon is launching November 1st. Many of you have already registered. The point of this stream is to tell you all the updates, give you all the information, and answer any questions that you may have. We've got some support in the green room. I see Josh Mason, conference director. We'll bring him on stage. Hey, Josh, how are you?
Hey, doing well.
All right, cool. All right, so if you have questions, go ahead. Your mic's a little low, Josh. If you have questions, drop them in chat, and we will get to them as we go. But let's allow Josh here for a hot minute to jump through what is currently known and going on, and then we can go from there. So, Josh, go ahead.
Yeah. So to kick things off,
Hold on, Josh. I think your microphone, the wrong micro. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think you have the wrong microphone hot.
Probably.
Because you're like, it sounds like you're. Remember that time I was like talking into a handheld and it was coming through my webcam?
Yep.
That was problematic.
You're holding the mic and it's actually.
There you go. You sound beautiful, Josh. And I'll be your Vanna White. If you need me to move anything, I will do it.
Yeah. So we gonna be at the Harbor Walk in Charleston. We've got TryHackMe providing a custom CTF for us, which is pretty baller in my opinion. We've got 2 tracks of speakers. We've got pros. We've got first time speakers. That is. What else do we have? We are working on having food in place for folks. And we'll also be providing vouchers for that food because we've got some awesome sponsors. We've got a lockpick village that will be running the whole time. We just saw Chris Whitlock. We have badges. We've got some actually really cool badges. They should be showing up at Chris's place soon to get all the awesome stuff soldered on. But if you scrolled up to that top image, it's going to look something kind of like that with real light coming out the back. It'll be awesome. We've got an after party. Don't have specifics, but there will be an after party.
Yeah, and I can speak to that. So
cool.
The after party will currently it's going to be at East Bay Beer Garden pending any type of issue. Kimberly McKnight has been taken over the responsibilities of engaging with the vendor. They're trying to sell us something we don't want, which is what we're trying to work through right now. Just so everyone knows, because I'm all about transparency. What I'm trying to do is open an $800 tab and give $200 to the server. So I want to give $1,000 to this business. And I want to make sure the servers get $200, and I want to make sure that we consume $800 worth of booze, basically. And there'll be food there available to purchase, but they want us to buy the food as a party, which is a good idea. But every time I've ever been to one of these things, the food it's very dodgy, and the price of their food is prohibitive for what I want. You know, like we're getting closer to like $2,000, which is not.
Yeah, and it'll be like 9 to 10 o'clock. Hopefully we'll have good food earlier that day. We will have good food earlier that day.
Yes,
I've got a mission.
So here's the schedule of events for attendees. If you're an attendee, on October 31st, the day before the conference, we will be hosting a workshop that will be on. It'll be streamed on the Simply Cyber YouTube.com YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel you're on right now, make sure you hit subscribe, bell for notifications. Steve McMichael will be running the workshop. You can also use Discord to engage with each other. I will be in the green room doing the production, facilitating questions to Steve. So it'll be a good experience, and you'll basically learn how to calculate a risk scorecard, taking risks and then being able to put it into a visual way to consume that by the business. I have yet to create that. That's just one of the things that I haven't gotten time to do yet, but it will be on the channel. The next day, Friday, November 1st is the day of the conference. The conference, I believe, opens up at 2:30, and that's for us to go in as organizers and begin setting up for the conference. Now, because the way that we run this community, anybody is welcome to show up and help us set up. The opening talk will start at 4 p.m., like really 3:55. I will open the event, thank everybody for being there, whatever, say a couple words, and then introduce our keynote speaker, Joe Hell, for 4 p.m. From 4 to 9 p.m. will be 2 talks going on. They will be streamed live. One will be streamed on Simply CyberCon, this YouTube channel. The other stream will be streamed on Simply Cyber Cafe. That is another YouTube channel that I control, and it just makes sense to be there. Eventually, all videos will be put on the Simply CyberCon YouTube channel, just like last year's conference is currently accessible in the individual talks. Following that, or at some point during that, we will have food. Josh will give an update on that in just a second. Once we finish that, be sure to check out the sponsors and the vendors. Soteria will be there with a table. They always have good swag. Panopsci is a sponsor, but Brandon Poole just loves our community. He's not going to have a table. I don't even think he's showing up. He's literally just giving us money to make it so we can do things. And Eric Taylor and Barricade Cyber Solutions is sponsoring the speaker. There's a speaker event earlier in the day, and some other things. So Barricade Cyber is also a sponsor. I don't know if Eric's going to have a table or not, but he'll be around, right? We'll also have the Lockpick Village. So there's some things to do during the talks. There'll be talks going the entire time, so you will have to miss a talk in order to partake in the Lockpick Village and the CTF and stuff. Try Hack Me is going to make the CTF available, I believe, for 24 hours starting with the con. So you can technically get all the talks, get all the community, and then take on the challenge the next day or something like that. But Try Hack Me staff will be available during the con in Discord to answer questions, and they'll be providing me. I've decided to fall on the sword. I will see the entire solution before the CTF is launched. So I and anyone else who wants to ruin it for themselves can help participants play. Josh, as far as the food goes, what's going on, and what are some of the constraints, and what's next steps?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll share the whole thing. So we're at the College of Charleston, and they utilize Aramark as their food vendor. And the great thing with that is they have chefs. The hard thing about that is they've got one director who kind of handles everything. And he has had COVID all week. I'd been dealing with having COVID all week. And so I don't have updates.
Okay, no problem.
So I got the first thing on Monday. We will have either they'll be running their food truck right there at the street, right by the building, with some delicious food. If you've got a preference for your favorite food, beat Jerry to it and share it in general on the Discord because we can take requests if we utilize them. And frankly, if we can't utilize them, then I'm going to be making other calls. And yeah,
we just have to be careful. We have to be careful because College of Charleston is allowing us to be in this space. We're there as guests. And if we disrespect them, it will be very bad for me and for the Simply Cyber community in the Charleston area.
Yeah.
They've extended us a lot of grace. So no streaking, that would be prohibited. And bringing food in. Basically, they have like a policy that you can't bring outside food in. So to do that would be straight up disrespectful.
If they can't support us, then they've told me that they'll figure out what we can do. So
right. So there will be food. We have budget for food. We will have food, and that's what's up. Okay, cool. So that's the entire activities. Remember, if you are interested, November 2nd is a Saturday. B-Sides Charleston is happening the next day. You do need a separate ticket if you are going to go to B-Sides Charleston.
And we've got the registration for that on our page,
Yep,
so
it's
you can
right
get
there at
over
the
there.
bottom. Well,
Yeah.
here's all the talks if you want
I
to
mean, you could Google it, but it's also
It's right there.
there.
Okay. If you are interested in the merch, I'm currently wearing the official, 2024 Simply CyberCon shirt, right? Here it is. If you're interested, we're trying to be very budget conscious, right? So we didn't want to buy a bunch of shirts and then, people, it's the wrong size or they don't show up. And then I have a warehouse of shirts. Like, we don't want to waste money on stuff.
I brought home like 6 Red Siege shirts for my girls because I was like, hey, do you have like smalls for like a 9-year-old girl? And they're like, we have so many smalls. They're like, I've carried these around for like 2 years to like every single conference.
Oh, no.
We don't want to be in that position. So we're going to do this for right now until we convince someone to give us their garage to just store all our stuff for them. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. This is very much, even though it's our second year, this is kind of a pilot year for, the conference. I also want to make everybody. You can customize it too. DJ BSEC's got a nice customized one. I want to make this available to everybody. If you're in, I'll drop this in chat. Chances are you've already made your lodging arrangements if you are coming in person. But I actually made a Loom video, which is basically, a screen recording of walking through downtown Charleston, where the con is, what hotels are, where some activities are, where good dining is if you're making a weekend out of it. I will link this in chat below. So this will give you a lay of the land of the Charleston area. This is where the conference is. This is also where I live. So I consider myself informed on being able to provide this information. Lodging overview.
Don't do what I did and go with the cheapest on Priceline.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be one of these 3. I was like, okay, I got a 60% chance of it being decent, and I ended up at a place, and we will see what it's like when I get there.
Yeah,
I'll
I'd love to live stream that. So just so everybody knows, we do not have like an airport shuttle, but the airport is like a quick, 12-minute drive, quick Uber down. There is the Simply Cyber Discord server that you can coordinate with people. Potentially, maybe you're on the same flight. Maybe you could split a cab or something like that. Definitely go to the Simply CyberCon Discord server. If you're here right now and you're not on the Simply Con Discord server, I'll drop a link, but you definitely should be in order to get the most value from.
There's a good chance I will lead a meetup somewhere in the vicinity of Jerry's neighborhood, and we might show up at his house, but you got to be in costume. So
stop it! Do not do that. Okay, you want to see what I look like on Discord? This guy right here.
It'll be me. It'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll screen everyone. It'll be perfectly fine.
All right. I love it. Okay. Now I do see DJ BSEC in chat. We'll bring him on just for a hot minute. DJ BSEC, bringing you on. All right. So BSEC will be basically running point for AV, as far as I know. BSEC, any thoughts or updates on AV?
No, we just need to talk about what all we have for it. That's it.
That's great.
I know you've got a machine. I've got a machine that we're going to be bringing up. We're going to have to at some point test everything to make sure. We don't want to be testing at 3:00.
No, but
yeah, good point. Yeah, if you're getting into town on Thursday at BSEC, then
I'll be
or that morning.
I'll be driving up from Savannah. I'll be there late Thursday night. I'll be there all day Friday.
Yeah, then we can
do something early.
I'll pick up bagels. You and me can crash over at Jerry's, and we'll make sure all the cameras work.
Whatever.
By the way, Jerry, we're going to be at your house on Friday morning.
Yeah.
Just the two of us. Just us.
I think James McQuiggan's going to be doing the daily cyber threat brief with me Friday morning. But I mean, the thing is, I have all the equipment, right? It's just a streaming machine. We'll just have to have a nice asset inventory list because I can't lose my A6400s because of like legs.
So that's kind of where I was getting at, is what all we were going to use for each individual track.
Yeah.
And how
I'll just spend, the weekend's coming. I'll just build the 2 builds here in my studio, and then they'll be ready to go. And you just have to plug them into the laptop.
I like how he casually dropped. Oh, I just A6400s.
Hey, I invest back into the channel. I've got a couple. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
All right. So that's DJ BSEC and his audio, his AV stuff. Thank you, BSEC. Any final thoughts on Simply CyberCon?
No,
BSEC?
I mean, we can talk about more of the other stuff, but I'm just here listening and throwing questions up for you guys.
All right, cool. Thanks. All right. So that's that. So I think that is all the main points. We do have a really sick badge that you will have to be in person for. There have been questions of being able to order the badge as a virtual attendee. That is a question for Chris Whitlock to answer, but you got to understand all of these badges are handmade by Chris. So
yeah.
there's a lot of work. And if you're scaling it up to infinite virtual attendees, that could break Chris Whitlock. He's a boss, but that's a tall order.
I'll talk to Chris. There's a chance I pick up the leftovers, bring them up here, and then pull like a Jason Blanchard, and you order, and I gotta go drop things off at the mailbox. By this way, if FedEx is here, your box for your Wellness Hacking Fest stuff is in my truck, and I was planning to go drop it off today, but I keep being pulled into the meetings and calls.
Yeah, and if Friggins in chat, Becky Gaylord has his stuff that Velda gave to me to give to him. So it will get to him. It's just, it's taken a little bit of a trip.
We'll get there.
So far, I think that's all the main points. So let's go ahead and go to chat questions. I'm just going to bring them up without even reading them. Chris Young says, are all of the volunteer slots filled, or do we have gaps that need to be filled?
No, we do still have a lot of gaps that need to be filled. Signup.com is what we're using. If you're in the Discord channel, the volunteer, what's it called? Does it say volunteers? Yeah, volunteers. If you go into the volunteers channel on the Simply CyberCon Discord server, the pinned message has like the link to sign up. But I will bring that over here, as soon as I pull up YouTube.
Thank you, Chris, for the question. I also just pinged Kimberly. Kimberly's put together like a bunch of media assets for social media for people to go ham on social media and promote the conference. Josh, do you have that readily available? I just messaged Kimberly, but if you have it.
I do.
Okay, go ahead. And then questions. AB says, do you have recommendations for a hotel? Did you book yet? So AB, I would say you probably asked this question before I did this, but go ahead, AB, and go right here. This is literally a 5-minute video of me breaking down, where to stay, different price points, places not to stay, for quote unquote safety reasons. So definitely get on that.
Is there a link to that?
Yeah, I just dropped it in chat.
Okay, cool.
It's a Loom in chat.
Ooh.
In fact, I'll pin it. Okay. I'm going to head and pin it. Well, actually, I don't want to pin it because the Simply CyberCon's there. AB with another question. We had a webpage that talked about help from volunteers for con. All spots would be taken by now. Just thinking. Okay. I think we just talked about that. Marcus Kyler, director of the Yeet Crew. When was the first when this was first announced? It was done as a speaker's dinner. Lately, it's been discussed as speaker's luncheon. Which is it and what time? Great question. Josh, the location and the time have been firm. It's just the menu that they're dinking with right now. So, do you have the ability, or we need to communicate to all the speakers?
Let me see what that. Yeah, that's great.
Marcus Kyler, here's the deal. We were going to do a dinner, but it doesn't make the sense to do it on the day of the conference because the dinner time will be at the conference. And it doesn't make sense to do it the night before the conference because it's Halloween and a lot of people are doing either flying in or flying in the morning of. So it didn't make sense to do that. So we decided to do a luncheon. The lunch is from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and all the details around location, etc., will be provided in an email from Josh or somebody that Josh.
It'll be today. I'm
And it will
gonna
be
get
today.
with Joseph and get that, and I will send that out to speakers today.
Yeah, check it out. You'll love it. It is a luncheon, 1 to 3 p.m. I will be there from 1 to 2 p.m. Me and
I'll be
Mrs.
there.
Rozier, we'll be there 1 to 2 p.m. and then we will be going to go set up the conference. So I'll have to boogie out of there. But that's the update. Great question, Marcus.
Yep.
All right, that looks like all the questions that were in chat, at least the pin ones. Lara Flores has got her shirt. That's great, Lara. Thanks for the support. I hope you like it. I love the quality of these shirts as well. Costume party. Chris Young's going ham. Will speakers have lapel mics or handheld mics?
A great question.
So it is a good question. As of right now, it will be lapel mics. It will literally be these lapel mics. The DJIs, the AV squad in your
Yeah, thanks,
okay.
BSEC. That'll help.
BSEC's got handheld wireless mics. You will have a mic. It'll either be handheld or lapel. If it's lapel, whoever the AV tech is in your track will put it on you, take it off you. So we got you.
Yeah.
We got you. Yeah, I mean, we could do the XLR mics. The thing is, you got to get a mixing board with the DJIs. You can just plug it in as an input directly into the laptop. So we'll evaluate. I've got Rode 2 wirelesses and DJI wirelesses, BSEC.
Yeah, so we should be good for.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, we don't need to introduce XLR.
No.
We don't have to. Okay, these questions are all phenomenal. Keep them coming. Any question you have, any point of confusion, anything we didn't touch on that you think we should cover, share it. Kimberly can fix it. Senior organizer in chat. Good to see you, Kimberly. Let's see. FedEx, is South Carolina a 2A state? If so, then not. Rob them getting in this ghetto. I don't know what 2A is, but it's the South. Rhonda, where do you need the most help? I'm available to sign up for more support items. Just let me know what is the most need.
Right now, if you're here, the big thing we could use is letting people know about the con in general. If you have a social presence at all, if you've just been a lurker for a while, if you could start posting about going to the conference, or if you're a speaker, I do believe speakers, you got it should have emailed you like a speaker banner, like, hey, I am speaking at this thing. If it didn't, someone let me know and I'll send those out.
Yeah, speakers get an automatic like social media post set up, and then where's the link? Kimberly says she shared it with you. I think you said you shared it. Where is it?
I posted it. I'll post it again.
Yeah, so if you can go pull. Basically, Kimberly set graphics and content and text. Like all you literally have to do is open LinkedIn, insert the photo, copy and paste the text.
Is it that one?
You can add your own flavor if you want, but if you're looking for like supporting Simply CyberCon with the lowest amount of effort, that's how to do it.
It should look something like this. It's a Google Drive with like in here has straight up some things you don't even have to think about what you want to type.
Yeah, Kimberly's done it all.
Copy and paste it. And then let me share the right tab. Yeah. It's got this sheet in here so you can copy and paste if you want. Or, you got images, all sorts of images, depending on how much information you want to share. If you want to thank some of our sponsors like Panoptcy, like there's things that you can shoot out there.
They're all there. They're all there. So you can giddy up on it. And all we ask is you share on socials. Tell people, go to simplycybercon.org. Again, this is a nonprofit. It's free to attend. Like it's more about the reason I want to share it is because someone who could benefit from it might not know about it right now. So the only way they know is if they're told. Okay.
visibility and awareness right now is like the biggest thing we could use help with. I need someone who wants to be like the speaker handholder. That's something that's still up there. So if you like helping make sure, speaker wrangler.
So we'll need two, one for each track. Basically, this person's job is to look at who's coming up next and make sure that they're in the room. And if they're not in the room, to go get them. That's that job. Very easy, super important.
Yeah, looks like Luke signed up. Could use another. Anyone who's willing to get there just a little early and maybe catch Joe Helly's talk on replay or halfway through and be like one of our greeters, because we got the way you get in from like the street is like up a thing, around and back, and then up. So we want to have like people stationed at each of those turn points alongside a banner, just to make it easier for everyone to actually find the event.
Awesome. So Lara Flores says she can help. Anderson and DR's Finest says they can help, which is great. This is cool. All right. AB says he signed up for feedback collection. There's supposed to be 2 people. Yeah, I mean, really, I think that job is more about like setting up the Google form and having it prepared to be sent out, AB. So
basically,
yeah, you got this. I've got all the stuff here. Chris Young, I've got the first aid kit over here. I've got a bunch of poster boards. I've got a signed thing. We're going to have a registration table. That's where you would get your badge. Also, yesterday I bought 200 hello my name is, and my thought is I bought 100 red and 100 blue, and I'm thinking, everybody with a red one is an organizer or involved in setup or whatever. Everyone with blue or red or blue, whatever the other one is attendee, maybe new, maybe whatever. And the idea is, hey, if you see anyone, if you have any questions, whatever, anyone with a red badge can help you. And then it'll have your name. So then it's super easy to be like, oh, hi, Josh. Like, what do you do? Or who are you? Or like, hey, I need help, Josh. Like, you got the red badge. So it's kind of one of those ones, like if you want to be helpful, if you want someone to approach you to ask you a question, you'll wear a red one. And if you just want to be an attendee, that's cool. You can wear a blue one. But I'm hoping that that will lower the barrier to entry for networking, as well as helping people get answers that they need.
Chris Young asked about speaker coordinator versus a speaker wrangler. So like what we were just talking about earlier of needing to email the speakers about information, like the luncheon and things like that. Basically, we need someone, otherwise it's on me, to reach out to every single one of the speakers and be like, okay, you're going to be there. You've got a hotel, like, you know where to be.
Yeah, we really.
And some of that might just be emails, but it also might be, level of difficulty kind of varies depending on how the speakers.
We definitely need that role. If that role is empty right now, we definitely need a volunteer, because the speakers need information. Like Marcus Kyler just asked a question that was like a perfect question. So, all right. Okay, cool. Okay, continuing to look. Not a mod on this channel. Yeah, I'll have to add everybody as mods on this one. I just dropped a link in it too, Kimberly.
Yep.
Okay. What other questions, concerns? We're going to do
was I dropping meeting. Links and they weren't going anywhere?
Yeah, just drop them in private chat. Like, because this is a different YouTube channel.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have all the configuration. It's so weird seeing everybody that not squad members, like seeing everybody with like the bland gray names. Okay, cool. All right, can we post the positions needed?
There, sorry. I thought I was sharing that and it wasn't going anywhere.
Okay, here we go. Here's the sign up list. I'm going to drop it right here. Sign up list. There we go. And
then here's this one. Okay. Thanks,
Eric. I'll go ahead and pull it up on stream, and you can see what we're looking at here. So this is it. Okay. You'll be able to go down here, and it looks like, wherever there's a green sign up button, it means there's still a spot available. First aid emergency, we've got that filled. Media editing filled. So, basically, if you're still interested in volunteering, obviously the social media stuff, you don't have to sign up for, just please do it. But if you're interested in going a little bit further, you can go ahead and sign up for one of these. And then, who's this person right here? I don't know who this is.
It tells me, but it might not tell you.
Yeah, well, they signed up as volunteer coordinator, so like they would be the one who's like coordinating the volunteers. We will be using Discord. Really quick, if you're going to be attending, whether you're a volunteer or an attendee, you need to be on the Discord server to get the most value from the experience. Track talks will be there, hybrid. You can engage with people who are virtual, CTF challenges. If there's an emergency, like, hey, someone just fainted in track 1, Discord's how we're going to communicate that instead of running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off. Okay, so get on that Discord server. If you're in chat right now and you don't know how to get to the Discord server, let me know and we can get that sorted out. All right. So definitely for action is to get the post-conference happy hour sorted out, get the dinner sorted out, and get AV testing done. And and like light flex on BSEC with my A6400s. All right. What other questions, guys? Like I love the community, but the point of this was to hype, get people excited, and then carry on with the rest of our day.
I think that
covered
most of what we had.
James McQuiggan and Joe Hudson will be our MCs for the event. Joe Hell will be the keynote. I will be your host, I guess, for lack of a better term, kind of opening and closing the event.
And I will be running around making sure it all runs.
So, like, I guess the way we're trying to think about it is I'm John Strand and he's Velda. Like, that's kind of how we're emulating this.
I'm not quite as beautiful, but yeah.
Exactly. So, so Fredon wants to know, do you get CPEs? Yes. So after the conference, we will message out to every attendee. We'll probably put it on the Simply Cyber Con Discord server, a link to a certificate for 6 CPEs from the 2024 Simply CyberCon. You'll just have to download it. And if you're fraudulent, you could lie, or if you have integrity, it would be true. So that's the answer is yes, you'll get 6 CPEs. But honestly, if you've got like 180 from attending the daily cyber threat brief, like you don't need to get out of bed for 6 CPEs.
But if you, everyone who registers, that's how I'm going to send those out. Is I will set up a thing because I'll have your contact from registration, and it will send you a certificate similar to if you attended like anti-siphon training.
Oh, look at us. We're boss. I love it.
Yeah, I got a plan for that.
All right, guys. Let's give it 30 seconds because there's a 20-second delay between when I speak and when you could type in chat. So we'll give it 30, 45 seconds. If you have any final questions, I feel like we've given all the updates and all the information that we currently have at this time. We're all excited for the conference. We can't wait to have you. We've put together an amazing lineup of speakers and topics. It will be very community. You don't have to worry about paying for dinner. Like the drinks will be covered, up to $800. My thought is like 2 drinks, right? And then we'll just have a great
like 100 people,
have a great experience. All right, I do want to say shout out to Alexis Julian, Casually Joseph, and Justin Gold, who like cornered me at a bar in Deadwood and told me that I needed to do this stream. So if you're glad to have some visibility and some communication on the Simply CyberCon, if you felt like we've been quiet on this topic, we have been, and this is definitely a much needed, much warranted, timely update. We'll be doing another one next week, so keep your eyes open for that. I'll communicate out when that will be on the various programs I host. All right. Thank you. All right, Chris Young. You love it. No problem, dude.
And next week I'll be for that one I'll be remote. I'll be at Hack Red Con. So
nice. Louisville zone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Thank you very much. I want to say shout out to Eric Taylor and DJ Bisek in the green room. Josh Mason for his volunteering for the Simply Cyber Con, being a director of operations. Shout out to Kimberly for all of the assets and just the hard work she's done. If you enjoy the shirt, it's because of Kimberly. Also, the shirts, just so everyone knows, in full transparency, there is zero net profit on the shirts. We're selling them at cost, just for everybody's awareness. Casually Joseph for setting up the luncheon. He's been working his butt off on that. And, you know, all the others who have been supporting this conference as we've been putting it together. So thank you all. Go forth, do great things. Please share on socials as best you can. Make sure you link back to simplycybercon.org. That's definitely the right place to go for, you know, kind of ground zero for all this stuff. For Josh Mason, I'm Jerry Ozier. Until next time, y'all, stay secure.